Beware of winning streaks in professional sports. Beware of them. We always get overheated. Oh, my God, the Atlanta Hawks in 2015 have won 19 or 15 straight games in the NBA. I think it's 19. Those Atlanta Hawks were humiliated by LeBron that year. Do you remember? The Cleveland Indians have won 22 straight games in baseball. Examine it. White Sox, Orioles, 7 games against the Verlanderless Detroit Lions. The Boston Celtics, oh my word, they have won 13 straight games. In fact, Steve Kerr, one of the smartest guys in the NBA, coach of the NBA champion Golden State Warriors, he is buying these Boston Celtics. Here he is.
It sure looks like Boston is the team of the future in the East. I mean, with their assets that they still have, and their young talent and their coaching, and Kyrie is amazing. So that looks like a team that is going to be at the top of the East for a long time to come. But whether their time is now or in the future, that's to be determined. But they sure look like they want it to be right now.
Okay, I agree with them. And I like how he qualified. I'm not sure their time is right now, because it is not. No, it's LeBron's time still, and he will win the East. This is a young professional sports team without a title. Indians didn't have a title. Hawks didn't have a title. The Celtics team doesn't have a title with these guys. Remember the Derrick Rose Bulls, how good they were in the regular season? Young professional sports teams in hockey with a long season, the NBA with a long season, in baseball with a long season, they take the regular season much more seriously. The minute LeBron started winning titles is the minute, flip the switch. I'll pick my spots. The minute the Spurs and Duncan started winning titles, they picked their spots. Kobe, Shaq won a title. Following year, best team in the league by a mile, lost 26 games. Be aware. I like Boston. But they've beaten the Spurs without Kawhi, Oklahoma City, who's still trying to figure out what they are, 9 of 13 Eastern teams, and the youngest team in the league, the Lakers. Here's how Boston's doing it. They're well coached. They sneak into town. They beat you on IQ, preparation, and hustle. And they do have an unbelievable player in Kyrie. But this is why veterans win the playoffs, because you face the same great players for 2 weeks. I've always said this about comedians. Any comedian, 20 years in the business, can create a great 11-minute set. Go watch him 4 nights in a row. That's the guy like Fallon or Stephen Colbert or Jimmy Kimmel that ends up making $10 million a year hosting a show. A lot of guys can do an 11-minute set. A lot of guys can win when they sneak into town. You're tired. The Celtics aren't. They have a better coach, preparation. But ask yourself, the second best player on the Celtics is Jaylen Brown. Until a week ago, he couldn't buy himself a drink at the hotels he stays at. How layered is his game? Like a good comic, he can come in, give you a tough night, hustle. What if you see him over and over? How many layers does Jaylen Brown have? How many layers does Al Horford have? How many layers does 19-year-old Jason Tatum have? Okay, LeBron has like 13 layers. I went and saw the Eagles in concert one time. You ever seen the Eagles in concert? Now, for some of you in your 20s, 30s, you may not be the Eagles. I've seen the Eagles in concert 3 times. It's 2.5 hours of hits. Not just of song. It's 2.5 hours of hits. If LeBron was a band, okay, LeBron would have like 3 greatest hits albums. You stop LeBron doing this, he does that. You stop him doing this, he does that. You stop him doing this, he does that. You stop Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum from doing that, all they have is an 11-minute set as a comic. Never forget this. If Boston and the Cavaliers toured as bands, the Celtics would open for LeBron. Professional winning streaks, take a deep breath. Even the longest the Warriors had, 24 games a couple of years ago, didn't result in a title. The playoffs have very few upsets because when you see a comic every night or a band past their third song or an NBA team, same dudes, coaches, plays, inbounds for 2 weeks, you got to have layers. Celtics right now don't. LeBron has multiple.
Is the Herd Line News.
Kyrie Irving had 25 points last night, which helped give the Celtics their 13th straight win. And he did this with a mask on his face because, remember, he has a fractured face.
He does, a fractured face.
He has also a fragile face. And in Cleveland, he had to wear a mask before, and it was a black one.
Yeah.
Last night, he chose to wear a clear one.
Okay.
And here he is explaining the decision why to switch it up.
Okay.
I was telling some of my teammates, they were asking me, some of the fans too, asked me whether I was going to wear the black mask. The difference of the black mask is that they're not getting the ball because I couldn't see outside the mask. So I was like, little do you guys know, you're like, oh, the mask, man, the black mask. I'm like, I scored that many because I just was looking at the basket. My peripheral vision and driving, I could only see what's in front of me. And that black mask, it just takes away the vision. So I'm just like, oh, basket. This is just the best case scenario.
I love that. That's
I
funny.
love that, too. It means he wanted to pass the ball.
Yeah, it's
Get
nice.
his teammates involved.
I love that.
Which is funny when I tell you about this next story.
Okay.
LeBron James, the Cavs finally reached 500 because they crawled back to beat the lowly Knicks, won that game. So he took a break from his Arthur posts and his King of New York posts. In an interview with Bleacher Report, he was talking about Isaiah Thomas. Now he can't wait to take him back, or get him back, excuse me. And he gave this quote that I'm going to read to you. It's been a while since I've had that clear-cut guy who could get guys involved but also score all the time.
Woo!
That is shots fired at Kyrie Irving, who, was criticized for not passing the ball much, which I just find interesting because he literally changed his face mask last night.
Just to be a passer.
Just to be a passer.
Yeah, that was a good shot fired. I find all this drama actually very, very funny. I'm enjoying all of it.
I can't wait. All the games where the Cavs and Celtics play each other. Can't wait.
By the way, the Eastern Conference needs this off-court drama because there's not going to be a ton of on-court drama.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.